So you mentioned a North Star. What exists as a North Star? Like what could be a North Star?
I think that really the basis of that is just pick something. I know that when I was growing up and I talk to a lot of young adults all the time, they struggle with picking a North Star. They feel like there's this what I like to call the myth of the one perfect path. There is not a perfect path. I truly do not believe in that. I think that there are a lot of different option sets that would be great. A lot of times we don't know about what all those really cool, exciting options are because we haven't gotten out in the world and experienced very much, or our purview is limited to what we've learned in school or what our parents or sort of the sphere of influence we grow up in has exposed us to. And so sometimes it takes venturing out beyond that sphere to learn, hey, what are some other options I don't know about that could be really cool things? And I think it's that discovery process that allows us to it allows us to gain a little bit better understanding of the things that might be worth aiming at. So I'll give you an example. When I was from 6 to 22 and I wanted to be a pediatric neurosurgeon, like that was my North Star. And even though there was some higher goal, that was the tangible representation of me achieving my goal.
Hmm.
And I'm a failure in terms of reaching that goal. But what picking sort of the most audacious, most noble goal I could think of did as a byproduct is I built so much more positive momentum in my life than if I had just like decided that I wanted to work at McDonald's and that was, going to be my thing. When I shifted targets, I had a ton of positive momentum that I could then transfer toward this other North Star, which was, starting a business or owning a business or, doing work that was meaningful for me, building wealth, all these other goals that sort of, that were byproducts of me learning, gaining more information, and then adapting my strategy. And so I think that a good suggestion from my experience about how to pick a North Star is like pick the thing that scares you the most. Pick the thing that seems the most challenging or that's going to require you to become the best version of yourself based on what you know today.
I love that. Jordan Peterson has a really great video on that, and I'll definitely link that below. So it sounds like what you're saying is that your North Star is basically just committing to yourself. Like understanding yourself is primary, and then understanding where you need to go based on what you understand about yourself and based on the opportunities that you have in front of you. Because, like you said, you're not always going to know all of the opportunities that exist, but the more that you follow things, the more that you push yourself to learn things, the more opportunities will present themselves, and then your North Star will become clearer.
Yeah, it's that serendipity of life. I like to call it happy accidents. That's where I think reflecting back on my career, there's a lot of anxiety of like, did I make the right choice? Should I have done this instead? But I think that the more you bet on yourself and the more you kind of double down on the things that excite you most, you're gonna look back down the road and be like, wow, there were a lot of happy accidents that opened up opportunities I didn't know about. And when I look back on my career, like a pivotal one for me was choosing to go apprentice as CEO instead of starting law school. And I look back and I'm like, where would I be today had I gone that other route? Like I didn't create that opportunity. That opportunity sort of opened itself up for me as a result of me already kind of pursuing things that I was interested in. And now I look back and I was like, that was a very happy accident. It seems fortuitous now, but that's sort of what tends to happen when you're headed down your own path. Is that sometimes it feels like the universe is conspiring on your behalf.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the most interesting things is that law school would have been there anyways. Like law school was never going to leave. And so sometimes you have to do things, and you have to understand that you making a decision is not committing yourself to that forever. That was something that was so big for me to realize. It's just that I grew up believing that if I committed, if I said I was going to do something